What is going on, you guys? It's Forrest from YGOBROSTCG, and that is right, I am bringing to you a brand new Blue Eyes deck list for February of 2020, so let's get right into it. Alrighty, starting off, of course, we have 3 of the big guy himself, 3 alternatives, and man, doesn't he just look so good as a secret? Oh my goodness, so happy about that. And then I still keep 1 Dragon Spirit of White. Now, you guys, you will realize one thing that is different is I'm still keeping this ratio, but I did bump Alternative back up to 3. Now, that'll do it for the Blue Eyes level 8s. Looking at 1 extra level 8. Still rocking the 1 Chaos Dragon Levineer. This guy is clutch. And then looking at our level 1s, I'm running Double Sage. One thing that's a little different, you might find quirky, is I'm running 1 Protector, Double Stone of Legend, and Double Stone of Ancients. Now, the reason I'm running Protector is he kind of acts like Sage in the way of he can send an effect monster off your field to special summon a Blue Eyes from your hand, which is pretty dope. But he can also, when he's normal summoned, special summon a level 1 from your hand. So if you open up, for example, him and, Stone of Legend, you normal him, special Stone of Legend, then you can link the Stone of Legend away for Link Kribo, get that Blue Eyes to your hand, and use him to either send himself or the Link Kribo off the board to special summon that Blue Eyes. So it's just kind of like a little pseudo engine to make sure you're always putting a beat stick on board. Now, speaking of engines, this is the Danger package that I am running in this currently. So we're running 2 Jackalope, 1 Mothman, 1 Nessie, and then triple of the Bigfoot. So the reason I'm running these ones specifically, so I wanted to run Dangers that are giving me something that I want always. Bigfoot is kind of self-explanatory. He's been in almost every Blue Eyes build that you'll see online now. He's a level 8, 3k beater, pops a face-up card on the field. What more do I need to say? Jackalope gets you 1 to the board. Mothman gets you a card in your hand. Nessie gets you a card in your hand. So no matter what, I'm always getting something off of these Dangers, which is why I opted to run these. And I'm not... And I honestly, you could probably pseudo them out. Like if you want to run a combination to where you want to have like Thunderbirds and stuff, by all means. This is just what I chose that works for my local area. And then I do have a more going second variant, so of course I am rocking triple Nibiru in the main, alongside triple Forehead herself. This just kind of helps round out the deck to give me those options. And I mean, if you can get this and then pop off on your turn, it's GG no re. You're gonna get that game. Heavy monster lineup of what's new for a Blue Eyes deck. And then we're running Always Searching with Melodies, Always Drawn with Trade-ins, 1 Consonance, and then we're rocking Double Return, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Dragon Shrine, and then to help with that deck thin, 1 Pot of Desires. 40 card main, that is completely standard for what I run. I barely ever run a deck over 40. Now, looking at the extra deck, I'm going to start off with the stuff that's obvious. We're running 1 Spirit Dragon, 1 Azurize, and then I put Moonlight back in, and this just kind of helps with that problem removal with certain decks. That's it for the Synchros. Nice and easy, only 3. XYZ is a blast from the past. I am running Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand again. For those of you who may not be familiar with this card, real quick. During either player's turn, you can detach a material from this card, target a face-up monster on the field. This turn, its effects are negated, but it is unaffected by other card effects. He's really kind of a tech card for helping to either obviously act as a pseudo effect veiler or impermanence with that effect negation ability, but he can also protect things, making them immune to other card effects. So you can kind of force your opponent to play kind of weird once he hits the board. Then our, staple spell negator, number 38. And then I'm running number 68, Sanafon, the Sky Prison again. So this guy's pretty interesting. He gains 100 attack and defense for each monster in the graveyard. And then once per turn, you can detach one material from this card until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyards. So he just kind of gives you that option if you're playing a really heavy graveyard deck right now, just to kind of help provide some sort of resistance from that scheme. And then, of course, we're running our Galaxy package with Cypher Full Armor and Cypher Blade Dragon. That's standard. It's 3 card removal, easy enough. 1 Link Kribo standard. 1 Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. If you can make, one thing that this deck does do really well, I'm gonna just to kind of help round that out, IP Masquerena, and then One Nightmare Unicorn. So I'm gonna touch on what I was just saying. So the one thing that this deck does really well is spot removal. And I noticed that being able to just kind of spin cards off your opponent's board is such a huge advantage right now. So this deck does this in 3 different ways. It does it with Hieratic Seal bouncing one, IP going into Unicorn to bounce one, and then Moonlight Dragon to bounce a monster. So you have 3 ways of potential spot removal, and if you make the right board and you have the dangers with some generic dragons on board, you can make your spheres, with make spheres and IP on the same board, with maybe Spirit Dragon, go into Moonlight on their turn, bounce a card, tribute spheres, bounce another card, and then use the card you summon off spheres and IP to make Unicorn to then bounce a 3rd card. So you're removing 3 cards, which is, whenever you can do that, honestly, huge advantage. To round out the links, 1 Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. We're running the Danger, so it's always good just to have this guy if you're running the Danger variant. He's so powerful and he can really be a problem for decks, and having a good problem for any kind of meta deck right now is a good thing for you. And then obviously, I'm going to run 1 Moral Sword this format. The ability to be able to put 6k damage instantly in any game right now is going to be great, because this format's going to be really important in my opinion of killing your opponent faster than ever, because you don't want to give them that chance to get advantage. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to pick this up, and we are going to jump right in to the side deck. Now, guys, keep in mind, side deck is always variable depending on what your locals or format looks like and where you play. So just bear that in mind, and just know that you don't have to run exactly this. You can substitute cards where you need. So for my basic trap lineup, we're running 2 evenly matched and 1 skill drain. Skill drain I kind of run in there as if I'm playing a deck that just gains way too much advantage, maybe potentially going second, or they gain way too much advantage going first, and I don't want to bank on my going second stuff or my sides to beat them, then I'm going to put this in and hope I can dig into it to just kind of this is just a free win card right now. I am running triple impermanence in the side. It's just honestly kind of too good to not be running right now if you can get your hands on them. You gotta honor the back row right now, so I'm running triple Twin Twisters. You gotta watch out for those, for any kind of deck that banishes, Infernoids, anything like that. ABC is gonna be better now. Thunders are still around, not as common, but they're still around. So having Lancias, I think, is still pretty staple. And then for Spirals and all those other decks that you could run into, a lot of rogue decks doing a lot of heavy searching right now, I ended up putting my Drolls back in, which has been a while since I've been able to run the Drolls. So that's just kind of what I did. 15 card side deck, keeping that standard, and always. So guys, let me know what you think of this deck build. Is there something that you would take out? Is there something you want to put in? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to answer a couple quick questions that I feel like I'm going to get in the comments below. So the first one, obviously, why am I not running Star Liege, Cypher, Nebula Dragon, or Galactic Spiral Dragon? Well, the simplest answer I can give you is with the dangers, they're not as good, because I can't send them off of Star Liege's effect or anything like that to gain dragons, and that's really huge. And in this variant, it's more beneficial to be normal summoning your Sage, your Protector, or your Stones. And the reason for that is because you're going to want to use them to gain that immediate advantage. And I've said it before and I've said it again, you want to kind of alleviate that 1-for-1 card issue that I feel like this deck has in any way that you can. So you're kind of always gaining things. And with Star Liege, if you normal summon him and you use his effect to tribute your monsters to try and search one and he gets negated or something, you can be really out a lot of resources. And with this deck, I really wanted to be able to really utilize the dangers alongside with Levemir and the Blue Eyes package to be able to always kind of have access to what I need to be able to remove cards or make a big enough monster to swing over stuff and gain advantage that way. And utilizing Protector and Sage alongside the other level ones really helps with that. And another card that I considered at one point for this deck was Maiden with Eyes of Blue. After just some testing online, I decided to opt out of it, and the reasoning that I did was she always got negated. Like, nobody let her resolve, and I just feel like if I'm going to be running, again, it was that dedicating the normal summon. So if I'm going to dedicate my normal summon to something, then I'm going to rather get a search off of Sage or a summon off of Protector, because most people let those resolve because they're thinking, oh, they're not getting the blue eyes immediately. And it's easier for me to make what I need, and the fact that Protector with a stone in your hand is an instant IP Masquerena, so that always is nice too. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this deck list. As always, thank you so much for watching. Check out the Patreon, check out the Facebook page. You guys are the best, and I'll see you next time.
It's time to duel!